The situation of hygiene and unsafe drinking water in Uganda is alarming. About 440 children below 5 years die every week as a result of diarrhea infections.
Uganda is one of the countries with a high death rate of children. Every year, we lose around 200,000 children. 200,000. But you know, these kids die in a silent way that doesn't cause an alarm. I told someone that if we calculated that into the daily loss of the children we have in Uganda, it's so abnormal that you need around 9 coaches, buses, full of kids crashing every day and no child surviving.
Although many stakeholders try to reverse the situation, human activities are rapidly exerting excess pressure on the environment, leading to increased degradation that has now left many water sources contaminated.
Because of the increase in population, people are living near the water sources. People are digging pit latrines near the water sources. So contamination gets its way to water source. And because of that, we want to prevent these diseases from affecting our pockets, from affecting the lives of our children and our lives, by at least taking a small mileage to making sure that the water you drink is safe.
Drinking safe water all the time is a right and a healthy process of diseases and infections reduction. According to research findings, 70% of the human body by mass is water. The brain, which is the major driving force of all human activities, is 75% water. Water covers 83% of our blood. The muscles are covered by 76% of water. The liver is taken up by 70% of water. The bones are made of 22% of water. 70% of water covers up the skin, as well as 82% of water which covers up the kidney, and 20% make up fat. Water, therefore, is a multifunctional gold that reduces the risk to diseases and infections in our bodies. It is against this background that Uganda Health Marketing Group, UHMG, initiated a school safe water program to empower people to effectively access better health care, with more emphasis to reduction of diseases that leave children vulnerable.
The vision of UHMG is a good life to all Ugandans. And we are very careful in the way we deliver this good life to Ugandans. We package it so well that we don't want anything to be harmful to people. We don't want people to actually get what we call raw deals when it comes to health.
Through behavior change, the program is implemented by Essence Consult International as a pilot project in the central and eastern parts of Uganda, with more emphasis on reduction of waterborne diseases, including diarrhea, the second killer disease after malaria.
Diarrhea is one of the most dangerous diseases in Uganda. And one of the biggest causes of diarrhea is unsafe drinking water. The fact is we can prevent these diarrheas, which are caused by water.
We saw the schools as a major focus, with students being the main vehicles of the message of safe drinking water in schools.
The strategy of implementation largely rotates around the students in schools. But how we implement it is that we are able to have audience with the gatekeepers of the students in school. And these are the teachers, the support staff. We have some sort of planning meeting with them and package our information very well to that audience, because we are quite aware they can make or break this campaign. So we go through a series of steps with the students. We talk about the product, we do presentations about this whole water campaign. After that process, it is important that we identify structures that can help this campaign be sustainable in the school environment. So we choose a core team within the school environment, and we are able to work very closely with that core team, which in effect influences the rest of the school.
So we started with a pilot of 10 schools, which we went scaled up to 40 more schools.
We have schools as far as Mayuge, we have schools in Iganga, we have schools in Jinja, we have schools in Mukono, we have schools in Luwero, we have schools in Entebbe, that is Wakiso, and also a few schools within the outskirts of Kampala.
With the introduction of Aquasafe water tablets, the project has made it possible for students in schools to access fast treated water.
There have been cases of some waterborne diseases around. So we had fears actually of providing our students with water which is unboiled because we are not sure if that water was safe.
Last time we were getting diarrhea, but nowadays not there.
Through our secondary school in Mayuge district is one rural-based school that has so far benefited from this unique approach. The Aquasafe tablets make it cheaper and easier for students to access clean drinking water fetched from the nearby swamp and rain tank reservoirs.
First of all, we are provided with containers, bigger containers, which we can use now to provide water points from which students can come and collect drinking water. More capable of providing the water because we no longer have to undertake the cost of boiling the water. And in this school, what we have done, actually, we have put the students in charge this safe water policy, that they are actually the ones who are looking after the water.
I used to bring drinking water from home, but now this campaign saved me, so I have my bottle, I draw water from the drum.
Before the inception of this project, many schools used the traditional method of boiling water, which were always expensive and unsustainable.
The cook would have to be paid some extra rather than the normal wages. Essentially, we provide water to sick students. It was inevitable for those who have to drink water. The rest of the students, they will have to actually come with their water. We're asking them to come with water from home, with boiled water from home.
We came to realize that even the first-class schools, access to safe drinking water was a challenge. Schools are spending enormous monies to boil water, and then they don't have that levels to sustain that behavior of boiling.
Here at Uganda Girls Secondary School in Uganda District, students under the umbrella of Safe Water Champions have embarked on a campaign where a number of strategies are used to mitigate water contamination in their school.
As a water champion, I've come up with the idea of how water can be contaminated, or the cycle of contamination of water. So it's a village setting. We have this one here. This is a well. It's a water source. So these people, there is this one who is defecating in water. This one is showering. At the same time, this person here, this gentleman, is taking water. So it's because of ignorance. That's why he's taking the contaminated water. However, after taking the unsafe water, you can get stomach disorders like this person here. You can get diarrhea, dysentery. There is also hepatitis after taking unsafe water. To make this water clean or safe, you can use Aquasafe tablets. You can use 2 tablets for a liter of 20-liter jerry can.
This young energetic team now meets the Essence Consult officials to evaluate the program's progress and address the challenges met during the implementation process.
As a water champion people, I myself have worked hand in hand with my friends, and we have made sure that the water is treated regularly.
So what is the experience of taking this water?
As a water champion member, we have made sure that the water is treated and it's safe for drinking. And as a result, we get that the number of victims in the sick bay, suffering from diseases resulting from taking unsafe water have made the number has been reduced.
Oh, is that so? You used to get so many cases
like typhoid, diarrhea.
Right now the dispensary is
It's dry.
Trust
So
me,
you think
previously.
For the whole of the exam. Actually, these are 3 weeks.
3 weeks now.
Yeah.
And because of this invasion of Okay, treating our water with aquasafe tablets.
Yeah.
We see that this case has reduced in school.
I've observed that people who used to come with mineral water, at least these days, parents are relieved. No longer buy that water. They come and drink our water there.
Like our parents came and we sensitized them about the need for safe water. They are really interested in that. They even wanted us to surrender our tabs for them. But we told them you can just access these tablets, maybe from outside. We cannot give you our tablets. And some of them tasted our water. They saw our water was nice, our water was safe, and they promised to go back home and use aquasafe to treat their water.
Our plan is that when we go home, there are some parents who didn't come on open day.
On
so
19th.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we should sensitize them about the need of drinking pure water treated with aquasafe, and also neighbors around in the community.
That's nice. Are there any complaints from the students?
Okay, as so far the students complained of the smell of the water, but later on I told them if you've just put the water immediately, then that smell will be there. But after some time, the smell disappears. And also to the staff room, we know that the teacher is also complaining. We can't take that water, chemicals, but I myself told them this chlorine is also needed in our body.
Convincing these girls, at first it was hard. They were saying, we can't take that. And there is no need because we already have mineral water, our parents bought, and there is no need. But eventually, as they realized the importance of taking safe water and moreover at a cheaper cost, they actually adjusted. And actually one of my colleagues said, I'll not bother my mom next time to buy like mineral water. I'll just come with a water bottle and it will be done. They actually love to take the water because they have the mindset that it's safe water, it's okay, they're not going to get typhoid and all that kind of stuff.
Anybody else who would like to share?
I was like saying they may put like the water champion containers like also in the dormitories because it's very hectic. It's only in the DH, whereby at times they lock the DH at 11 or 10:30. Whereby if one takes some water and the water is not all that good, you have to go. But they've locked, so now you can just leave. Maybe they put in the dormitories or in academic square, such places.
We came up freely to serve the community in school and outside. And as a Water Champion Club member, I've encouraged my members to treat the water in a way that since the community is large, we use bigger tanks which cover almost 120 liters.
Another interesting successful story is the reduction of diseases and stability of the school's budgets.
The school budget, I think, is now reduced because we used to use drugs and calling all the time the parents to collect their children for further management. We used to get so many diarrhea cases, severe abdominal pain. A day we could get around 20, and others we were referred home for further management. And when they come back, they come with the results of typhoid. I've been here for 11 years, but presently we have eliminated typhoid. We no longer get them since we started treating our water. It's now safe. And as you see, the sick bay is really empty. We just get a few cases of flu and malaria plus cough.
Kachira Secondary School in Jinja District is another school that has benefited from this project.
The school is within the setting of an agricultural company, and its water is got directly from Lake Victoria. It's not treated at all. It's the same water which is distributed to the camps and to all the schools. It is irrigation water. We have treated water which goes to a few homes of managers and so on, but the majority receive untreated water. So by UHMG coming in, trying to help us know how we can treat the water ourselves, then it was a very good initiative, whereby we take water which we know that it is really treated because we do it ourselves. And now we are looking towards going to primary schools, because I also mentioned it, we have got 11 primary schools within the company. If we can go to those primary schools and sensitize them, it would be very good.
St. Kalemba SS in Kayunga district is another school on board. At the kitchen side, the AquaSafe water tank welcomes students for meals. Unlike other schools under this project, the AquaSafe water tank stands amidst staff members in the staff room, a sign of positive response towards this project.
At the back of my mind, this club was behind, because I knew it is a necessary service to St. Kalemba. Sometimes children get diarrhea, and sometimes we get cases of typhoid. But when I thought, when you related it to that it can be they drinking water, which is not good. So I said, for us we can eliminate this. You know that the first day also I did not test.
Originally, people used to fear the tablet, okay? But with the sensitization that has gone on at assemblies, morning assembly like this one here, I think it has been now accepted that you can take this clean water. The chemical has no negative effect on the health of the beings, and the reception is actually overwhelming now. Currently, we have a big number of children, and our water points are few. So that means the water consumption is at a high rate. That implies the rate at which we have to get the AquaSafe tablet is also, and costs here and there. So our challenge is basically number relating to the water sources we have. And of course the school administration is thinking about increasing the containers especially, so that almost each dormitory, that's the target, can have a container. That is the main challenge. And of course the cost of acquiring these tablets so far.
Zambia Primary School in Kampala City shares the same humble opportunity of this wonder gold of AquaSafe water.
I'll make sure that our water here is kept clean, and then all the tanks are brought here should be full of clean water. Like at last time, of course we can't finish the whole food without drinking some water. During dry seasons, we didn't have water at school, so children ate food without drinking water. Those who didn't have money, but those who had money, they bought water from the canteen. But some lacked water to drink, and they wash our hands from the toilets. And our parents, they are not everyone that is rich to give his or her child like 100 to go to take to school and then drink water. So they have been going there and then drink the unboiled water.
And children are coming and crying for us as health prefects, and they are saying that we are suffering from typhoid. We are suffering from typhoid, and since they brought their safe water, the children they are no more suffering from typhoid.
And the good thing we have like a team of people who are on safe water program, who have been advising from class. From today, not drinking water from the tap. We have to drink water from the containers because they are treated. And so if they can still go home, and maybe by the end of the term, every child will have been sensitized. And if they are sensitized, obviously when they go home, they will always tell their parents. They don't drink the water, but at least they will say we have to boil the water.
In Mukono district, just a few kilometers from Mukono town, is Seruma Senior Secondary School. Before any opportunity breaks for discussions with students, the AquaSafe water tanks welcome you as smiles spill over faces of those students who test the AquaSafe water.
You feel like your heart is calm. When you take the water, it's sweet. Water is more than this other water, which you just take like from the borehole, which has rust but in it, but AquaSafe water is safe for drinking.
Yeah, we don't buy water for drinking because we now have water.
free water.
How did it feel when you first tasted it?
It was funny.
Actually, people thought it, when you take it, you're going to turn into water and chlorine, because that's what the chemistry equation says. But it so turns out that it didn't happen. It was really nice. Aquasafe is really better because it's okay. It ensures that it's treated, and it's really nice.
We have about 115 water champions, which means that the fire is continuing.
Before we had the Aquasafe, we had a problem of water in school. It was not enough at all. And our students used to go to the water from the Vuvera, which was not safe for them. We are very appreciative to the UHMG, and we thank them for having introduced Aquasafe to our school. And as per now, we have the safest water in school. We have enough water for drinking, and we really appreciate what is being done.
Students here are tasked to treat water before it is consumed by the school community.
Aquasafe, sure, fast and cheap way to safe drinking water. Right. So we greet like that.